Hello, Windy City professional speakers. We're going to take a moment to go through the pathways, picking a path on Toastmasters.org so that you can use that path in your speaking at Windy City professional speakers. If you have any interest at all at working towards the Toastmasters education system, then you can choose a path and then be able to apply your speeches to that path. How we're going to go about doing that is we're going to visit Toastmasters. We are not going to Easy Speak. Remember, we're picking a path initially. So we're going to go to Toastmasters.org. You'll see initially I'm not logged in here. I am going to go under the second tab, Pathways. And I can either go to the Start page or go to Basecamp. Both of them will get me to the exact same place. The first time I visit there, I'm going to be prompted to log in, so I'm using my Toastmasters credentials here. And then once in there, I will go to a landing screen that will help me choose what I want to do. You'll see that I have landed at the Pathways Learning Experience screen. If you have already chosen a path, then you would go to Basecamp here. But since this video is around helping you choose a path, then I'm going to use this leftmost box here, and I'm going to continue with the path selection. The first step in choosing a path is to take an assessment. The reason why this is prompting me, telling me that it's going to cost me $20 to do that, is because I have already chosen a path, meaning that if I wanted to choose a second path that I was doing at the same time, that would cost me an additional $20. But for you, more than likely, if you have never chosen a path, this is going to show zero. It doesn't cost any money if you're doing one path at a time. You're going to select Take Your Assessment, pick a language, and then Start. You'll see that I get this pop-up box here, and this assessment is designed to help me pick which path I want to. It is going to suggest to me which path I may want to consider. So I'm going to go through and say these are the 3 topics that I care most about. Let's say I'll also do coaching, and then next. And say, okay, of those 3, which is the most, what brought you to Toastmasters? Well, maybe for me it's public speaking, so on and so forth. You'll see that I get a little indicator here, a visual indicator, as well as a percentage of how much I've completed this assessment. It probably takes about 10 minutes to do. And once you are done with that, you will be prompted of 3 different path choices you may want to consider. I am going to go back, do the same thing, but right at the bottom, I am going to skip that assessment. I'm going to jump right past that, and this will show me what happens after I go through that assessment. So now this is randomly suggesting several paths to me. If I did the assessment, it would suggest 3 different paths, but you can still choose any path, meaning you go through the assessment, it suggests to you 3 paths you may want to consider. You can still choose any path you want. You'll see all of the paths. There's currently 11 paths. I've selected this one already. That's why it's grayed out. That's what one I'm working on. But I could go through and read more about this. There are also FAQs in the drop down here. If I wanted to look at the FAQ, if I wanted to look at learn more, then I could learn in great detail what I would be going through for each one of these paths. If you don't care that much detail, I strongly encourage every Windy City person that doesn't really care that much, choose Presentation Mastery, because this is mostly focused just on speaking. Go ahead and choose Presentation Mastery. Another one you may want to consider would be either engaging humor, I did motivational strategies. There is also a visionary communication. It's really up to you. Presentation mastery may be the best fit for those of you that don't really care which path that you choose. Choose that path. And now that you have chosen it, when you go to Easy Speak, I'm going to go ahead and log into Easy Speak, and I'm going to register to speak, and you'll see that I can apply that path to the speech that I'm giving. So I am very quickly, if you're not familiar with this particular process, please watch the other video where I explain how to sign up for a speech. But I am going to request a speech here. You'll see that I get the familiar pop-up box. My speech title is going to be called Sample Title. And then in this second tab here, you'll see I can now apply it to the path that I'm working on. And if I were to have chosen Presentation Mastery, you'll see that it will let me assign which project under that path that I am applying my speech to. That is how you choose a path in Toastmasters.org, and then once you have chosen the path, you can apply that to speeches you give at Windy City. Thank you.